What's going on, everybody? My name is Willie Ain't Never Late, and we get ready to start the show. Hey, I brought some people in. Let's go ahead and bring them in. We got the host of CEC Podcast, Mrs. Zeph himself.
How we doing, people? How we doing?
We have the originator of this financial wealth growth, as he can come in as his own, Ferocious 247. Brother.
24/7, 7 days a week.
Welcome in, man. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Man, how y'all week been, man?
It's been good. Been good, man.
Been good, man. Let me tell you something. I've been excited for this one. Now, we've had some good ones, but word through the grapevine. This is where it started. This is the originator. This is the starter and the end. And I am excited. So, brother Calvin, go ahead and
You gonna use my name?
bring your mama in.
You gonna use my name on the air? Ain't that nice? That's on my name. So tonight,
This is it.
Tonight,
My bad.
My mama, the one and only Mrs. Cummings, who's gonna teach us how to repair our credit by ourselves properly. So tonight is gonna be a full-on teaching session. There she is, in her blue, smiling like always, just adorable and pretty as ever. My mama, Mrs. Sonata Cummings.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Can you hear us, mama?
Yes, I can.
All right.
I can barely hear you, Mr. Zeph, but I hear your beautiful mama nice and clear.
Don't worry about don't listen to me, listen to her. I'm not teaching tonight. She teaching.
That's part. Literally.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Take it
yes.
away. It's on you.
When you are, Mrs. Cummings.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about you.
My name is Sonata Cummings. I tried helping people with credit years ago at the church I was through. First of all, we started with a person named Larry Brickett, learning how to get out of debt, learning how to do a lot of things as far as debt and, just preparing for a lot of things. And I can say one thing that maybe we didn't teach as well as we should have, seeing how things are going, but we are trying to make up for it. And when he asked me to go into teaching how to repair debt, I thought about a lot of things, and I did do some research. And I told him, let me do some research before I tell you whether I'm going to do it, because I don't want to lead anybody blindly, But the first thing that I want to say, in Romans 13:8, the Bible tells us that owe no man anything but to love one another. It suggested that we should aim to be debt-free in all material things. All material things. Our aim is to be debt-free. A lot of people use the term, my credit jacked up. I got bad credit. I'm black. My credit bad. But that's not an excuse for us to have bad credit or our credit, not know about our credit. I have good news for you tonight, though.
All right.
You can learn how to repair your credit on your own. It takes a lot of time and patience. It's not an overnight fix, but it can be fixed. If you put in the work, you'll reap the rewards. First, I'm going to ask, you all a question. Do you know how much debt you owe right now?
I'm going to be honest. No, I don't.
I do. I know exactly how much I owe.
I do too. I have an approximate number, kind of close. Yeah.
I got an exact number down to the cent.
Yeah.
That cent is growing by the second too, Mrs.
It
Zeph.
really is.
Okay. Now this includes mortgages, car loans, credit cards, title loans, cash advance, check cashing loans, everything that you do. You have your grand total.
I heard Daddy say something. What did he say? What you say, Pops?
Y'all know how y'all do with them title loans. Wearing them out. They look for y'all every month, every payday. Y'all be going there. Here's my little bit of money. Keep them from getting that car.
Okay. You know, the thing I think about
Love
is,
it.
I say, if you don't know where you are, how do you know where you're going? How can you get out of debt and you don't know where you are? If I came to you right now and said, Kelvis, how much debt do you have? And you can give me an exact figure and I can pay off all your debt. You'll be able to do it, you say, right?
I can tell you exactly how much I owe. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it on air though.
Okay, no, I don't want you to say it on there because I can't pay it off. But
Call me later.
Oh god.
Okay. Since we've
I'm a
allowed
baby.
ourselves to get in this situation where we need to repair our credit, let's try and repair everything that we've messed up. Good credit and a high FICO score gets us in situations where it lowers our interest and make us better prepared, you know, to get things that we need and want. And it's like financial freedom to us. Here are a few steps to help you. It's work, but it works. First of all, what you're going to do is get a copy of all 3 of your credit reports from all 3 credit bureaus. That's Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. You can get a free credit report once a year. It takes about 15 minutes. I got mine today. It's annualcreditreport.com. Annualcreditreport.com. You can go in there, fill out all the information, answer the questions. They're going to send you some codes. Once you put those codes in, you can print up your credit report. And I printed up mine today to make sure it worked. And I did find some errors. They had my name misspelled, and they had me living in North Miami, Florida.
Oh wow.
One of the reports.
Would that mean, so quick question. If you find that, does that necessarily mean somebody else is using your credit or your name, or is it just a mistake that's on a computer error?
I got to dispute it.
Okay.
Once I dispute it, I'll find out what's going on. And I don't know what it is, but I looked at it and say, I got to dispute it. It said your credit history is a barrier to your financial life for what you want and need. On the other hand, bad credit can be an obstacle for whatever you want to get. So first of all, we're going to get our credit report. Then we're going to check our report for inaccuracies, accounts that you don't have. If there are accounts on there that you didn't make and you know it, you can dispute that. Even if you don't recognize something, you then check your personal information, your name, your birthday, your current and past addresses, and your employees. There could be some employments on there that you don't know about. So once you look at that report and see all that, you're going to have to really go through it. And I was doing that today. I was going through mine with a fine-tooth comb, looking for any errors or any mistakes and seeing how long. It's going to tell you how long you had the credit. It's going to tell you if it was 30 days late, 60 days late, or whatever. And once you do that, there's a thing that's called hard inquiries and soft inquiries. Have y'all heard of those?
Yes.
Okay, hard inquiries are when you go in there and tell them, I want to open up an account. And that put a hard inquiry on your credit report. But some of these people are going there and check your credit and just send you mail saying, if you need $1,000, we can loan it to you. They done already check your credit and know you got good standing. What you don't want to do is get too many hard credit things. It lowers your FICO score. Lowers your FICO score. Okay, once you check for all that, if there is anything you need to dispute, they say the first thing you should do, say for instance, MasterCard had an error on mine. Even if it's saying that I was 30 days late on the payment, I need to dispute it if I wasn't. Okay. Because it will lower my credit score. So what you need to do is check for everything on there, whether it was 30 days late, 60 days late, all that. We need to check it. And then if it was like a credit card, I'm going to go to that credit card company first and dispute it and ask them to correct that error on my credit report. And they will do it.
Now,
They
quick
will
question.
do it.
Now, quick question. I see a lot of people on the internet, on TikTok, on Insta, on all this, which is saying that you gotta send a certain letter, you gotta write it a certain way. It can only be done with this specific letter. Is that true? Is that letter something that you have to write, or can you just call them over the phone and talk to them?
According to what I read in the last few days, some of them can be called.
Okay.
Some of them can be called. But now people are getting away from calling a lot. So you might have to go online and do it. And you can dispute it online. I can't say, they do have a standard letter that you can use, but I can't say that standard letter going to get you any further than you calling them or writing them and explaining the dispute to them and telling them what's wrong and asking them to correct the thing. They have 30 to 60 days to correct it. So that's when I say it's work, but it works. So you got to wait until they correct it. Then you can go and tell them to send you a letter saying that.
Okay.
Send you a letter saying that. And I was looking at my credit report today about a student loan that I co-signed for. I co-signed for this loan, and I bargained with them to accept a lower amount. And the guy didn't want to do it, but I told him that I've already talked to my lawyer, and if you don't accept this amount, I'm gonna just make minimum payments like I've been doing. And the person that I co-signed for, I said, I want them taking off the loan too. He didn't want to do it. But I said, okay, well, I can't pay you until you send me a letter saying that you're going to take me and the person that borrowed the money off. Once you send me that, I'll give you the money. And then I want it corrected on my credit report. And when I looked at my credit report today, it said paid in full, no discrepancies, even though they took a lesser amount than what we owed. So when you talk to them, you can get things done. And even to the point, if you owe, I've even called people because my interest rate was more than what I wanted to pay. And I know that the interest rate was going down and I had made payments on time. I've called like Chase MasterCard and say, look, my name is Sinida Cummins. I've been with you so many years. And right now my interest rate is at 10%. Is it any way you can give me a lower interest rate? Okay, Ms. Cummins, let me check. Once he checked it, yes, ma'am, I can lower to 8%. You can do that. And they will do it. And that helps your credit because the higher the interest, the more it affects your credit.
Right.
So once you look at all of this and see that, then the next thing we're going to do is work on getting some of these bills paid off. And what you're going to, like I say, once you check all of that and see what is going on, then you start working on lowering your debt. And like I say, we're going to address all the negative inquiries, and then we're going to write a letter. Now, in that letter, you have to have your name, all of your contact information, how much you owe, what you're disputing, and give them a deadline of when you are willing to, even if you owe it. You can say, if I owe this much, I'll pay this much, but I need it off my credit report. And I needed a favorable credit report for it. But you have to let them know all the specifics, because if you just say my name is such and such, let them know your account number, the dispute you're doing, even if it's a date on it. Put the date on there that you're disputing it.
So during the disputation portion, you said you give them a time frame?
You can ask them, can I hear back from you within the next 30 days?
Okay. And they don't hear back. If you don't, then what the next steps are?
Then the next step is to write them again.
Okay.
This is a follow-up letter concerning a previous letter, name, information, and everything. You can do a follow-up letter. Ask them, have they had time, nice letters. Have you had time to review it and all that? Because a lot of mail is still sitting on people's desks.
Gotcha.
Okay, and any other questions?
I think you're muted, Ferocious. You're muted, sir.
Mine?
No,
Yeah,
no.
that was me. Excuse me. I have a question for you. Does opening new accounts, does that lower your credit score?
Not necessarily, but it depends on whether it's a hard credit or a soft credit. See,
Okay.
hard inquiries do affect your credit score. But to open up one, it was another thing they talked about in here. It's they do have 30 days after receiving your thing. They said they have 30 days to respond to you after receiving it.
So real quick,
Mhm.
the question that he asked, can you give us an example of each one of a hard inquiry versus a soft inquiry? What are some
Okay.
examples of like a hard inquiry?
A hard inquiry is you go buy a car
Okay.
and you need to get a creditor to approve that car.
Okay.
So when you go in the car lot, you don't go in there with your information already and have somebody that's gonna pay for that car. Because you can go to the bank and they would say, well, we'll give you a car, go on and get it. But if you go in there and say, I need a creditor, and they're gonna go through all their lists of creditors. And every creditor they go through gonna put a hard inquiry on your credit report because they got to search in there and find out what your credit score is.
So that's 5 to 10 creditors hitting you at one time.
One time.
And that's just dinging you each time because it's a hard
Yeah.
inquiry.
Yes.
Right.
Dang.
Then a soft inquiry are these letters that we get in the mail where they don't already know that your name is good. And with your name being good, they might send you a letter saying, we would like for you to open up the credit card with us. We've already pre-approved you. That's a soft inquiry.
Okay.
Because you didn't go in there and ask for it.
Gotcha.
They would just check it because your name is out there. And so, some people sell your name saying this person got good credit and everything, So then these people grab onto it and they be sending checks in the mail saying, you can cash this check for $1,000. Just call this number, That's a soft inquiry because you didn't do it.
Okay.
But then if you call them and say, I want to get $1,000, then they say, well, we got to check your credit and make sure you're worthy. Then you're going for a hard inquiry.
So what starts off as a soft inquiry
Could be a hard.
Okay. So then they
That's
lied
good
to
to
you.
know.
They pretty much they lied to you because they said you was pre-approved, but then
But you got to be pre-approved after they check everything.
Gotcha.
Right. I have another
I think-
question. What about if once you pay off a debt, is it possible for your credit to decrease, your credit score temporarily?
It'll increase your credit score.
So it's supposed to increase regardless.
First of all, when you said you pay it off, you don't close it out. And it was something else I was going to talk about too. If you got $1,000 credit, $1,000 credit limit. I got a credit card with $1,000 on it. I only charge $250. There's a gap in between there. So what you're showing the creditor is, even though I got $1,000 limit, I'm not using but $200. So that's good on your credit report.
Okay.
But if you got $1,000 credit and you owe them $995, that looks bad on your credit report because you are at the limit. And don't go over the credit thing because it really shows that you were not capable of staying within your limit.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
We have a question from our comments. Could a loan with a bank or any lender also be a hard inquiry?
It can be if you go in there and apply for it.
Okay. So pretty much in essence, a hard inquiry is only when you actually go in there and apply for it. Got you.
Okay. This is what the definition they gave me. It say avoid any hard inquiries. Anytime you apply for a line of credit, it may count as a hard inquiry. This means that a creditor has looked at your credit report to determine your credit worthiness. So anytime they got to go in there and look at it, then that is what is she saying?
Can you explain debt to income ratio?
Okay. I see that's Natasha Clark. Natasha Clark could probably do that better than me. but let me finish this and I will do that.
Okay.
Because I was going to do it. Okay. We was talking about the hard credit and stuff. They were saying that a lot of times, even when you're getting a mortgage, people will shop around to try to get a better mortgage or a better rate and everything. Well, when you shop around and you got to go to different banks to get this mortgage, they'll study putting those hard things on your credit report. So every time they do that, and then you go somewhere else, they looking and saying, well, he already inquired about this. So they don't know whether you got that loan or not.
Is there any such thing as a good hard inquiry? I asked that because when I went to buy my house, my first house, the lender goes like, hey, yeah, we know you're going to get hit with hard inquiries, but it's okay because you're looking at a house. So it's expected, so your credit's not going to be that hurt by it.
From what I was told, it still goes on your credit report.
Okay. So,
now, I don't know how bad it is or how good it is. It just goes on there that it was hit with an inquiry.
Okay.
And how much money it was inquired for.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes they say when a person is looking at your credit report, and they see how many accounts you got open, and they see that you got all these credit limits down here, but they are not up to par. And they will tell you when you buying a house or something, don't buy anything else on credit.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that go on your that hit your credit report. And when they're looking, and I do know a person that was trying to buy a house and they went and bought some stuff. And when they got ready to close on their house, it really affected them. They had to wait another 30 days.
We got two questions.
Okay.
From Natasha Clark, it said it's important for everyone to know about.
That's a statement, not a question, sir.
That's a statement, yeah. And then I think we have another statement on Facebook. Soft is when a creditor looks at your credit and wants to offer you credit.
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Those are letters. Those are letters that come in the mail. Yeah. Hey, you've been pre-approved for this card for like this much. So that's what they're saying. So she's saying soft inquiry was. So they're correct.
Thank you for your statement.
Okay. When you talk about your credit liability, you can ask for credit instead of probably going to open up another credit card. If you need something, you probably can call your credit card that you already have and ask them to increase your credit. And what they would do, rather than going to your credit thing, a lot of times they look at your payment history and see how well you paid this one. And they say, well, he's been paying good for the last 24 months. We can increase it another $500, and all that. So rather than going to get another credit card, you can sometimes use the one you got to get it. And then it's saying, they're telling you when you're looking at your credit report, pay off multiple types of credit. They want you to pay off installment accounts. They want you to pay off those revolving credit card bills. You know, when they come, one thing we learned about is this thing called daily interest. And you know how that instead of it being every 30 days, this interest is adding up. So they want you to really look at how your interest rate is going with these credit cards and what are you paying in interest. And if you're gonna mortgage loans and everything, it was something they was telling you to pay down your debt quickly. The quicker you pay off debt, the faster your score will rise.
Okay.
And I think your friend was asking about that. Once you pay it off, it will increase your credit. Because what it's saying is, I got $1,000 worth of credit, but I don't need it. And I'm not using it. So since I'm not using it, my credit score gonna go up. But if you up there at $1,000, then it's saying, well, I don't know whether I can trust you to give you another 1,000. You done already used all this up.
And not pay it off, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And one thing they was talking about, if you got a lot of credit card debt and they got a lot of different interest rates on it, sometimes it's better to get a consolidation loan and pay them all off, and you'll have one payment and one interest rate.
Can you explain a consolidation loan a little bit? What does that mean? Like, what does that foretell?
Okay, a consolidation loan. I owe JCPenney $50. I owe JCPenney $500. I owe Dillard's $200. I owe Chase $500. I got 5 credit cards, and I owe about $3,000 on all 4 of them, right?
Okay.
I'm paying this one $50. I'm paying this one $75. I'm paying this one $25. I'm paying the other one $30 a month. But if you notice, the interest rate is so high that only out of that $30, only $15 is going to the principal.
Okay.
The other 15 is going to interest. So if I would go to my bank and say, can I get one loan for $4,000? And I'm going to pay you $200 a month would be my payment. Right. Well, if they give me that, I'll take that $4,000, pay all 4 of them bills off. And they paid off. But I owe this bank one payment and I'm paying one interest rate.
Gotcha.
It's working smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was one thing I was going to say about interest, and I did this. When you think about interest, they look at how much interest you're paying on your bills too. Because the higher the interest, the worse the credit is. Okay. And to be honest, I was checking my credit score too, and I think mine was in the high 8s, okay? But I have worked hard. I have worked hard to get it like that, okay? And one thing I was thinking about, if you got a car, think about it. You got you go to the car dealership, you got a $30,000 car. You buy this $30,000 car. You get it because your credit is not real good. You get it at 10% interest for 5 years. Your payment is going to be $637.74 for 5 years. It's going to be a $30,000 car, but at the end of that 5 years, you will have paid $38,264.40 for that car.
They got you for 8 more grand.
Okay, but listen.
How do you avoid paying that extra $8,000?
Okay, listen at this.
Increase your credit.
If you get it at 5% interest, because your credit is pretty good, you get it at 5% interest, your payment is gonna be $566.14.
Okay.
And you're gonna end up paying $33,968.40 for it.
So only $3,000 more.
$3,000 more. But how are you gonna get it down from that? Let me tell you what I do. If that payment is $566, in my mind, I tell myself that payment is $666. and I pay $666 every month, I put an extra $100 on the principal, and it knocks down the payment.
Gotcha.
I read that. Okay.
That's Pops asking questions.
Okay. Did you understand that?
I understood that.
Okay.
Pay more
What
towards
you're
the
going to do
principal.
to lower your payment is to pay more on your principal. Okay. Look, this is what I looked up too. You buy a house at $150,000, and we all take out those 30-year mortgages, right?
Yep.
If you at 10% interest, at 10%
Copy me
interest,
drinking.
huh?
Oh, excuse me, Mrs. Cummings. I was talking to your son. He
At
was
10%
duplicating me.
interest on a $150,000 house,
Mm-hmm.
your payment is going to be $1,316.59. But at the end of the 30 years, on a $150,000 house, you will have paid $473,972.40.
Lord, no.
And now listen, that same $150, if you had a 5% interest rate because you got good credit, the payment is going to be $899.33. At the end of the 30 years, you will have paid $323,758.80 for that same $150,000 house.
That's doubled.
But if you take that $899 and you say my mortgage is $1,000 a month, I'm telling you what I did. I told myself, instead of my mortgage being $1,500, I said it was $1,800. Every month I paid $1,800, $300 toward principal. But see, the thing is, you got to see, credit is just like anything else. I got to make up my mind I want to be out of debt. Once you make up your mind you want to be out of debt, you'll do it. And Anthony asked about the snowball effect. The snowball effect is, I told you about those 4 credit cards you got.
Right.
You take those 4 credit cards, and I know somebody that, and I'm not gonna call no names because they might be on here, but somebody had 3 pages of debt. 3 pages of debt. That was everything. And I'm telling you, it was at the point that I'm saying, man, I want to file bankruptcy, but that's not God's plan. And that was what they said. This is not God's plan for me. And you know what they did? They did the snowball effect. Tasha said that was me.
She said, I'll tell you who it was.
She had 3 pages of bills, and she said, I'm not going to file bankruptcy. But when the pandemic hit, this girl had all them bills. She took the lowest bill, say for instance, it was $500, and she went out and DoorDash. And sometimes I say, Tasha, are you coming home? She say, I need $50 more. I gotta get a few more calls. She did that, and every week her goal was to pay off one of those bills. That girl is down to a half a page of bills since 2020.
Hey, salute.
Way to go, Tasha. Way to go.
That's discipline right there.
Welcome in, new people. Welcome in.
She said she did DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Instacart.
She
That
did
would
it.
sound like a lot of gas.
Hey.
It got the bills paid. But you know what? It was
Wasn't
in
that
the
like the
area.
car?
She stayed in a certain area. She did it in the area where she wanted to be at, you know?
They keep us broke because we are ignorant of the capitalist system.
That says it all.
That is true.
Okay, now we're back to the credit report. Once you establish that there is something wrong on your credit report and you dispute everything, then you start paying this stuff off. If there is an error, you if they say you're 30 days late and you know it, you dispute it, but you start paying that. Once you get these things paid off, they can't help but to give you a good report and tell you that it's paid. It's paid. And they say, make plans to pay it off quickly. Because if you think about this, and I'm going to say this because Tasha is on here. Tasha was at the beauty shop with me one day. And we was at not the beauty shop, at the
nail salon.
No, we was at the beauty supply store.
Oh.
And I had a Coach purse. And this young girl said, "Oh, I like your purse." She said, "I want one." And I said, "Can you afford it?" And she said, "I get paid off Friday." And I said, "No, you can't afford it." And she said, "What you mean? I get paid off Friday?" And my thing was, it took me till I was almost 60 to spend that much money for a purse. Because if I'm gonna buy a $200 purse, I need to have at least $200 in there that I don't need for nothing.
Right.
It's a shame to have a $200 purse and you can't even afford to put $10 worth of gas in your car.
Ooh,
Oh, ouch.
that part.
That hurt.
Shots fired.
Pew, pew.
You got a purse, but you ain't got nothing in it
Man,
but credit cards.
that's full.
And when I told her that, I said, "Baby, if you got to wait to payday, you can't afford it. Why don't you wait until you can afford it?" Who is that?
Boss lady after dark.
Grandparents said if you can't put it in it what it's worth, you don't need it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That part.
man.
Same for clothes and shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you and I told her that, and when I told her that, she's like, "Oh my goodness!" But I took the regular purses. I took the $20 purses because that's what I could afford. But once you get to a point that you can afford it, get it.
Right.
But I didn't have to owe nobody for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's where you got to look at it at when you look at what the sacrifices you make. Think about where your sacrifices are. So when you make those sacrifices that I want to get out of debt, like Tasha did, she said, "I want to get out of debt." She made sacrifices. I'm going to pay off this bill. And what she did, she made a mountain. She made a mountain. Lowest debt. And she started shading them off until she got to the end of that mountain.
Goes back to what you said in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. So when you pay down these bills quickly, think about it. You can be debt free. Then you can go out and get you a purse and put the $200 in it. A wallet, if you want a Gucci wallet. See, you're wearing, Kelvis, you know, when y'all was growing up and y'all used to say, "I want this and I want that." I said, "I'm not finna make Michael Jordan. I'm not finna make Michael Jordan rich and put your name on some clothes."
You want some Jordans?
No, I'm telling you, I'm not buying them because I'm not spending all that money to keep getting him rich. Wait till your name get on the clothes.
Then buy it.
Didn't buy it.
Yeah,
You don't have to buy
I
it
didn't have
then.
Jordans growing up.
You got them after a while.
I got one pair because somebody brought me a pair for Christmas one time. That was it.
Well, I bet you didn't go barefooted though, did you?
She said you told him right. You told him right. And that, you know what? That's right. You tell mama's baby right.
You know,
Okay.
put you off this podcast.
And it say, don't fall for credit repair scams. Everything you can do it. It takes work. It takes work, but you can do it. You can go in there, and I'm acknowledging everybody to go in there tomorrow and pull your credit report.
Right.
Annualcreditreport.com.
Society tells us to fake it till we make it, and that was so wrong.
Yeah. we have, and you know what? Everybody got put out and homeless because they faked it.
don't
That part.
file bankruptcy.
Don't,
Yeah.
don't.
That was another thing. They said that when you go to it, I read something else where they was talking about credit repair. They say if you see that you cannot, if you see that you cannot pay these bills, if something has happened and you can't pay it, I promise you, when you call these people and explain to them what's going on in your life, they'll work with you.
Yes, they will.
They will work with you. And it's just like if I borrowed $50 from somebody and I say I'm gonna pay you back next Sunday, then I went and bought me a new dress and I come to church that Sunday and the girl looking at me for her $50, I'm avoiding her. I sit on the other side of the church because I don't want to sit over there because I owe her the money. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's what creditors are. We you
Mhm.
know when we see them, oh, Bank America, I ain't answering that phone because I don't want to talk to them. I'm gonna deal with it.
Raise your hand if you done that.
Oh.
Yeah, but what? Let me ask you this here. The one thing I asked y'all in the beginning is, where were you? Where were you when Adam sinned? And they went in there and bought their little fig leaves and put on clothes. The first thing God asked Adam is, where are you? He said, Adam, where are you? And Adam said, oh, I did this, I did this. If he had explained, if God said, and that's where he wants us to know, when you sit down and write down all your bills and know where you are, then you'll face reality. This is where I am. This is where I am. When I sit down and wrote down everything, first thing I had to do was repent. God, forgive me.
Right.
You have to repent. Some of this stuff calls repenting. And what do repent mean? I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go the other way. I'm not going to keep going that same way.
Facts. Facts.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We sorry,
So,
God. We
and
sorry.
you know what? Because
Sorry.
we are spirit, soul, and body. Finances are this. You got to deal with your finances spiritually.
Okay.
If you want help, God, I need your help. I need to get out of this debt. I need your help. And then God said, now don't go out there and spend no $50 at Ruth's Chris when you know you need to go to McDonald's.
Wow. Trying to go to
I need to go buy some bologna and bread and eat it. Look.
man.
Yeah.
Man, fry that bologna and put you some
Cheese
rest of
on it.
Man. cut the slices. Man, cut them sides, man. Man.
So,
Toast that bread.
Fried
Oh.
bologna sandwiches. Man.
what I'm saying is we got to live
Hey.
where we are. Let's be where we are. Let's be for real with ourselves. And the thing is, look in the mirror. McDonald's what?
Weak.
Made me weak.
Okay.
Literally. don't
Look
be
at
eating
what you
McDonald's.
got to do is when you looking at your bills, they're all wrote down. You look at them, you look in the mirror and say, in 6 months, I won't be in this same situation. In 5 months, I won't be in this same situation. And you go on down the road, but you got to convince yourself that I don't have to be. When you sitting up and you got all these bills, you can't sleep good. You going to work and you sick, tired, and dog tired, and you got to go because you got bills to pay.
Yep.
I did it. I worked. I worked sick. You understand? All of us work sick with headaches and everything because we got bills to pay.
Make your prayer life stronger too.
You pray harder.
Yeah. Yeah, to make
You
it
start praying
right.
for something you never thought you was gonna pray for.
Yeah. And what did God say? Oh, no man, nothing. I done told you what to do. Oh, no man, nothing. So you got to get out of that debt.
Right, right.
And then the thing is, he'll say, can I trust you with a credit card? He did the people with the talents like that. I give you 1 talent, I give you 3 talents, I give you 5 talents. What you gonna do with it? I give you a job, making X number of dollars a month, what you gonna do with it?
Right.
So you got to ask yourself that. And I did see something else while I was researching. It say if you cannot pay, and you call them, sometime they can set you up with a hardship. It's a hardship situation where they will lower your payment for you and give you time to pay it off. But it's called the hardship.
Program?
Tasha, what is that called?
Hardship program?
Yeah, it's a hardship program that they will put you under and let you
Kind of like a forbearance where they move the so many payments to the back of the loan.
yes, they can do that too.
Okay.
They can do that.
That's
But you got to, but see, it's all because you didn't avoid them. You called them and told them what was going on.
right.
You told them your situation. You let them know, look, I want to pay you. And if they look at your history and see you've been paying, and now something has happened and you're not paying, then they'll know something came up. But if you ain't been paying them all along and you call them and tell them that, they're gonna look at you like, wait a minute, you ain't paid no way.
Right.
So it's a lot of things you can do to improve your credit, but the one thing that you can do is pay off your bills.
That's the biggest thing. Pay your bills off, right?
Pay your bills off. Once you pay off your bills, you can look at them and say, okay, these are paid off, these are paid down, and then you go back. And that would be a good guide. If you get your credit report tomorrow and you look at all your bills and where you are, and you know that you're going to get this free report next year this time, you can look at it and see how many bills you crossed off from one year to the next year.
Okay.
You don't recommend what?
Doing a forbearance thing, moving into the back of the loan. I think that's what you're talking about.
Oh, a debt consolidation. Oh, you're talking about the hardship. She's talking about the hardship.
I mean, because wouldn't that ultimately make like increase interest, or if you push it to the back, with that somehow
It's going
make
to
your interest
prolong
rate go up?
it's going to prolong the loan.
Yeah.
Right.
Elvis, will you read that for me?
They said, very true. Short-term goals following up with long-term goals will always lead to success. I've been teaching my son vision board focus since he was 10. Now he's 20, no debt, about to buy a house.
Okay,
She's a
good.
proud parent.
Good.
Natasha said, it's best for you to negotiate for yourself. Write the vision and make it plain. Know the hard. She said that the hardship thing, she does not recommend it.
Yeah, and she probably don't, but that was if somebody needed it.
Right.
But you can call them and they will, they can work with you, or either you work hard and get them to do it.
That's a hardship. Work hard.
Yeah.
Work hard.
Work your fingers down to the bone.
And once you pay all of your bills down, you can walk around debt free and owe no man nothing. And you can look back and you can go buy you whatever you want, but you got to start saving for retirement.
That part.
Put something aside for retirement. And I'm going to tell you a true story. I'm not sure whether my grandson is on here or not, but a few years ago, he came and asked my husband, Granddaddy, I want to buy a car. Will you take me to buy a car? My husband say, how much money you got saved up? I ain't got nothing saved up, but when I get paid, I'm put something down on it. He said, I want you to go and I want you to look at your bills and pay your bills. And I want you to put $500 away for emergency. Don't come to me and talk to me until you got that $500 saved up. Once you got $500 saved up, you come and talk to me, because whatever that car needs, you're going to have to buy it. And if you ain't got nothing saved up for emergency, it's going to be hard. He did. He paid off some things. And a few months later, I don't know how many months it was, but he came to him, Granddad, I got $500 saved up. Can we go look for a car? And my husband took him and helped him find a car.
It's companies that call and negotiate with the creditors, but they charge you. Say, for example, you've been paying your bills on time, but need some assistance. They call the lenders, but your bill they call lenders about your bills, but you have to pay them for that service, though.
Yeah, and that's when I say you can call the people yourself and do it yourself.
Right.
You can call them yourself and do it. And just let them be honest with them and let them know where you are. And then when you tell them that, look, I don't have any money right now, but I'll be able to pay you something on the 20th of August. Make sure on the 19th of August you got something set aside to pay those people. Right. And you done did everything that you could do to pay them. Because one thing that I tell my husband all the time, it stuck with me. My granddaddy used to say, your word, keep your name. Your word is your bond. And your name means something. If they see your name and it say Snyder Cummings, it should mean that she's trustworthy, she's honest.
Right.
And if you mess up your name by owing people stuff, you don't want to pay them what you owe them. Then when I come and say, I might really need this $20 this time, but if I need that $20, you're going to say, you didn't pay me the last 20 you borrowed. So why would I loan you another 20?
Right.
So Tasha has said that they call the lenders, but your bill's behind further and further. Then once you are so far behind, they call and negotiate. They charge a monthly fee and do what you could do, but it impacts you worse in the end. The further you fall behind, 30, 60, 90, the more the credit score decreases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's because they want you to be decreased.
You're right. They don't want to give you no credit.
Yeah. And so just make your name worthy. And your credit report is your name. Your credit report tells who you are and what you do and how you handle money. And the thing about it is, how we handle money tells everything about us. Right. It tells everything about us. You can look at some people. If you read that book, The Millionaire Next Door, you didn't even know this man was a millionaire. They didn't dress like a millionaire. They didn't look like a millionaire. They didn't live in no $1 million home, but they were millionaires. Right. We look like millionaires, and we ain't got nothing to show for it.
Nothing.
Not a dime.
Can't even afford to get our grass cut.
Got a whole Gucci suit and ain't got no food in your refrigerator.
It be that way sometimes.
Yeah. All right. The thing that I just want to leave you with is that you can do this. It's time, it's discipline, and it's work, but it works. And when you've done it, you can look at yourself and not give a credit to nobody else and say, I did it. I got out of debt. I'm happy. I can afford this. And she said, no to hardship plans. No hardship plans. Let's just do it on our own and talk to the people, get it, and just let them know that you're having a hard time right now.
Right. So any more questions from the peanut gallery? Willie, Ferocious?
No. Everything that was explained tonight was straight to the dome, self-explanatory. I loved it.
Very much so. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Something I can go back and look at and and pull a bunch of nuggets from.
Okay, then what's the difference between debt consolidation loan and a debt consolidation program? Y'all need to let Tasha teach the next class.
I was thinking the same thing.
I know, right?
Same thing.
Tasha, you're next.
Tasha, Mrs. Clark,
you're next.
Do you want to come? Do you want to come on? Can we get you on?
I'm good.
Well, then you know what? She can tell you. She can tell you a lot from self experience.
She said, we got this.
No, we trying. Look, we trying to learn. We trying to learn.
That part.
Right. Well, Mama, I want to say thank you. This has been truly a eye opener.
And everybody get your credit reports tomorrow.
Y'all heard her.
I'm gonna work on mine tonight.
She said I can come on.
Well, there you have it. We'll have to schedule that
Broke
one.
the
then.
ice.
Yeah.
Broke the ice.
She said she just talked about teaching, so she need time. Oh, she got school
Okay,
tomorrow. She got time
okay.
to go. Yeah. We'll give her time.
Miss Cummings, are you able to give us a story
Don't
about
you dare.
Mr. Zeff? Can you give us a story
About who?
about
do
your
it.
son?
Don't do it, Mama. Don't do it, Mama.
Yeah, I can tell you that he is. You know what? Kelvis is a very loving and trustworthy person. I love, that's my oldest son, and I love him.
Thank you for keeping it nice.
You see that you thought she was gonna say, see, you should know your mama better than that.
I know how you think, though, Willie. I know how you thinking.
But you know your mama.
I know how you trying to.
You know me, but you know your mama better.
Get out the line.
No trust.
One thing I can tell you, and I thank God for it. I don't think Kelvis never got suspended from school. I never got no bad reports about him.
Yeah.
And never had to go to no detention center or anything like that. When Kelvis got ready to turn 18, I really praise God. Didn't have to go to a lot of places. I thank God for being able to raise a son. Then went to college and got a few degrees. I thank God for it.
Thank you for that. Thank you. I tried hard.
There's good words of affirmations.
Willie, shut your mouth.
And what do I call him? When I call him, I say, mighty man of God.
Listen,
Mighty man of God.
Make me blush over here. Stop.
I'm just saying, man. Like this is getting good, man.
What you laughing at, Kelvis?
They said, "Mama, that was so long ago. He's suspended and on punishment now." Wow.
Who is that, Kelvis? Who is
Who
that?
is that?
That's one of our.
Z, who is that?
Wow, Willie. Oh, really? Okay, Willie. Who is that, Willie? Who is that, Willie?
That is one of our friends.
Yeah.
She is a great marketer, and she's retired in the Army. We thank you for coming
Really do.
and showing some support. We definitely appreciate you. Yes.
Okay, like I say, everybody try to get your credit reports tomorrow. Then on August the 8th
7th
of 2026, we're going to look at them and they will be all favorable because you're going to get it every year.
There, y'all heard it. That's a challenge. A
That's
1 year
the challenge.
1 year debt-free challenge.
So, to the day, we're going to come back on this day, and we're going to do this.
Who is Stitch calling my whole name out on air?
Hey, Elvis.
I
It's
mean,
time to get off. It's time to get off. It's time to hang this one up.
famous kill.
Let me
Famous
just say,
kill.
thank you for coming on. Thank you for taking the time to explain. There's a lot of stuff that is going on that people just don't know, and this was so helpful to be able, like I said, to get ourselves, our people, and next generations together. And I always have to give credit to the person who birthed this. Mr. Ferocious birthed this thing about a month ago. And brother, let me ask you, how do you feel about where it's gone so far?
I'm at a loss for words, man, to be honest. I mean, I think it grown to the point where it might have to be the main topic, we moving forward. We got to find a way to consistently implement financial literacy and credit, you know, elevating and or rebuilding. I mean, we got to keep it going. You know, we can't stop now. We've come too far.
But you
Yep.
know what? I think that a lot of our young people need to know and be. We have to constantly put in them that. I told my kids, and I used to tell them a lot. Pay your rent first. Even if you don't pay your utility bill, pay your rent.
Yeah.
You can live in a house without utilities, but if you don't have a house, you ain't got nothing to live in.
True.
So the first thing should be is to teach them to pay where they stay. Because then, and even when our kids come home, even with Kelvin's them, I had them paying something to live in the house.
Yep.
Because
Right.
they're grown now, and you got, not that I need the money, but if I teach them now that you start paying here, I don't have to be no lot, but teach them to pay something so that when they get out on their own, it won't be hard for them to pay rent. It won't be hard for them to pay utilities.
Right. Right.
Right.
But we got to impart that in our young people. And there was one man saying, even if you don't need the money, let them pay something. Save it up for them. When they get ready to get on their own, let it be a down payment on a house or something.
That part.
Yeah. Right. It's kind of like a in-home CD or something, you know,
Yeah.
maybe without the interest.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Darn.
Yeah. But
Look, at some point,
it's something, and you know what? I look at a lot of things financially. If you look at on Facebook and you look at all the proms that go on
Oh,
and the
God.
graduations, and then we got to have a trunk party that send them to school, to college. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. You're
veteran talk.
You're not lying.
No, we we do all of this, and we major in minor.
Thank
And
you for
minor
coming.
in
Thank
the
you for coming.
majors.
So it's funny because it's kind of like the dress costs a couple $100, the rental car is a couple $100, the shoes a couple $100, hair, makeup, another couple $100, and then you gotta go buy them towels for their dorm room.
Or no, they don't eat. Then we don't have anything to send them off to college. We have not prepared for them for college.
Nope.
We have not prepared for them. We prepare for them today. And we buy them all these name brand stuff, and then they're gonna outgrow it in 6 months.
That part.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with that right now.
$250 on some shoes, and 6 months later they can't wear them no more.
Take him up the street, get him 2 pair of Vans for $89.
Hey, that outlet be looking good sometimes, homie. Don't play with it.
Well, they got an outlet right up the street.
Hey, don't play with the outlet, man. Don't play with it.
Buy 2 and get 1 free. I'm there.
I mean, you go in Aeropostale or something like that. 10, like what? 5 for 75 on some polos. Hey,
Man, I don't even know they still around.
Aeropostale, they still there. Some outfits
Yeah.
have them.
See him around every once in a while.
3 for 25. You know, come on, man.
Just teach them different. If you teach your kids that it's not what you wear, it's all about you. You are somebody. You are somebody. I told my grandson came home, he was in preschool and he was crying. What's wrong? That boy called me a baby. He told me I was a baby. I said, you're not a baby. Tell him that you are a mighty man of God. The next day he came home and said, he called me a baby. I told him, I'm not no baby. I'm a mighty man of God. The teacher looked at him like, what? He got that from his grandmama. He got that. See, but when you tell them who they are and don't let the other kids tell them who they are, then they'll know who they are. If you're going to call me a baby and I'm going to cry and I know who I am, it doesn't
Thank you for
matter
coming,
what you call
Tasha.
me.
Good night, Miss Clark. Go teach them kids something tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Y'all, I love y'all. Thank y'all for having me on. It's been a blast, but I got to go too.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
You gotta go. It's getting late for you.
Y'all
Thank you
don't know
again.
it's 11 o'clock here.
Look, and we, like I said, we appreciate the time you've given us.
Yep. Yep.
And as Mama Cummings said, it's time to go. Hey, we did what we came to do, y'all.
Yep.
Hey, please like, subscribe,
All
come
that.
back. We got more stuff next week. Getting rid of a lot of good stuff coming, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned, y'all. Later.
Thank you.